Hey, what's up? I'm Stephanie from country2stepswing.com. Today we're going to work through some of the basic footwork that you need to know in order to do country two-step and country swing. First, let's go over some of the terms that you'll need to know. The first term is weighted and unweighted foot. So right now, if I stand over my left leg, I can balance on that foot and I can lift and move this other foot no problem. So that is my weighted foot. And this other foot, it can be touching the ground, but I'm not putting any weight on it at all. I'm balancing only over my left leg. So my left leg is my weighted foot, and my right foot is my unweighted foot. Now I can shift and make that the opposite. So now my right foot is weighted, and my left foot is unweighted. Now we're going to practice standing on one leg, and then shifting our weight to the other leg. You'll notice that my feet are pretty much still on the floor, making contact with the floor, but I'm shifting my weight from one leg now to the other. The places on your foot that you're going to be using for dancing are the heel and the ball of your foot, which is right beneath your big toe. Here's another exercise you can do to practice weight transfers and non-weight transfers. Each step is a full weight transfer when you're walking straight forward. Okay? And if you do it in slow motion, you'll notice too that your heel lifts off the ground first, and then you place your foot forward. So the moment that your other foot touches the ground, your heel comes up of your other foot to prepare for that next step. Dancing is a little bit like walking in this fashion. The only difference is sometimes you're not going to put weight on your foot, but you are going to move that foot. So let's step forward on our left and then tap your right next to your left. You still have your weight over your left leg, and your right leg wants to move forward next, doesn't it? So go ahead and do that. Right foot, now tap your left. Again, you have your weight over your right leg, and now your left leg wants to move forward. So move it. And then tap it. Okay? We'll do that as a walk, so you can practice just that staggered sort of step. So we got walk, tap, walk, tap, walk, tap, walk, tap. Now in rhythm two-step, you're going to be moving to the left and the right, but it's the same idea. So let's go ahead and do that. Now if we go step, tap, tap, it's a little bit like middle school dance, right? Okay. Rhythm two-step uses a 3-count pattern. So I'm going to walk through the footwork for both lead and follow, and I'm going to give you a little practice session so you can follow along with me. This is what the Leeds footwork is going to look like. They start on their left foot, and they go like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now you'll notice that I'm using full weight transfers on some of those steps, and then I'm using just a toe tap to keep that foot unweighted on some of those steps. So now I'll go through and I'll talk about which ones are weighted and which ones are not. So my first step on 1 is weighted. I'm putting all of my weight on my left foot. On the and of 1, putting my right foot next to my left, I shift my weight onto my right foot. Now my right foot is weighted. On step 2, again, I'm putting my weight over my left foot. But on the and of 2, I'm going to tap my right foot next to my left. There's no weight on that foot, or barely any at all. And again, I'm on the ball of my foot. On 3, I'm going to step out with my right. And this foot is now completely weighted. On the and of 3, I'm going to bring my left foot next to my right foot. Now, without overthinking this, making it super complicated, here's what's happening. You're walking in one direction, and then when you want to switch directions, you put an unweighted foot to show that you're going to start traveling in the other direction, because an unweighted foot allows you to change. So we start off on 2 counts going this way. 1, 2, I'm going to change. 3, and I'm noting that I'm going to change again on the next beat, which would be beat 1, since it's a 3-count pattern. Now go ahead and follow along with those steps if you plan to lead. I'll turn around so you can see what my feet are doing a little more clearly. Remember to keep your posture up and lifted. Try not to look at your feet too much. So we're going to step out to the left first. 1 and 2, tap, 3, tap. 1 and 2, tap, 3, tap. Now I'm going to go over the footwork for the follow. It's the same thing. It's 3 counts, but instead we're starting on our right foot. So it'll look like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And again, you're going to notice that I'm using those weight transfers or just those little toe taps with an unweighted foot so that I'm ready to change direction. 1 and 2, tap. I'm going to change that direction now. 3, tap. I'm ready to go back in this direction. So now follow along with me if you plan on being the follow in dancing. So here we go. Starting on our right foot, we go 1 and 2, tap, 3, tap. 1 and 2, tap, 3, tap. Now that we've gone through the basic step footwork, let's talk about turning footwork. When you spin, you're going to be spinning on the balls of your feet. So go ahead and shift your weight forward onto the balls of your feet and feel what that feels like. Everything should be centered pretty much forward. Be very careful that you're not putting your weight on the outsides of your foot because then you're falling outward, but more towards the inside of your foot. Think about squeezing your thighs together or bringing your feet closer together for those turns. So we've done our basic step 1 and 2 and 3 and. And on the end of 3, I've got myself wound up in this direction so that I'm ready to go around to the other side. It's almost like a slingshot or a rubber band where if you pull it back, it's going to go launch it forward. So we're pulled back this way to launch forward that way. So I've already got myself postured and ready for a turn because my lead showed me in his prep on the end of 3 that we're going to be turning on the next beat. And now that we're in this posture, we got our weight over our left leg and our right leg is ready to step out. We step out onto the ball of our foot. With that foot out turned, it's now facing this wall. We're going to carry this foot around again onto the ball of our foot, beside it. Sorry, almost lost my balance. And then we're going to bring our foot around again. Now it's really hard to do in slow motion, so I'll show you in full speed how that just kind of continues. That first step is going to feel almost like a 180 turn, and then I'm going to be pretty much done by the second count. So I go 1 and 2 and 3 and. You'll notice that the 2 and 3 and feel exactly the same as the basic step. Only difference here is you're turning on 1 and. Ready? I'm wound up, and I go 1 and 2 and 3 and. I'm turning as if I'm the follow, but the lead can practice this as well because later on you're going to be learning some moves where you're turning also. So we're wound up, we're on our left leg, we got our right leg ready, we're pulled back this direction and we go 1 and 2 and 3 and. Go ahead and do that again, practice some more. So we're wound up, ready to go. Step out with our right first, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And I want those steps to be very small. And the most important part is that when I do this step, that I'm bringing this foot next to my other foot. What I don't want to have happen is to step out here like this and then to bring this foot way the heck out here. Because then I could fall out of balance and my lead has no idea how to predict where I'm going to be if I take those big, big, big steps. So again, we want to have that tight turn happening right where you stepped on your first step. So this is the spot where I'm going to be turning from. And now I just carry that foot around to meet it. And then when I finish, I'm going to take another step out. Those are the counts for spinning for the right. And now we're going to practice going to the left because sometimes you will spin to the left. So we're wound up. We've got our weight over our right leg. We're wound up with this leg here. And we spin out. We go 1 and 2 and 3 and. I'm going to turn around so you can follow along from your own perspective. So I've got my weight over my right foot. Left foot is tapped and turned in. launch back this way so we can bring it around that way. And here we go. Step out, 1 and 2 and 3 and. If you like today's lesson and you would like to learn more about country two-step and country swing, I encourage you to click subscribe so you can get more videos right here on YouTube. And you can head over to country2stepswing.com where you can find even more resources to help you become an awesome country dancer. Thank you for watching.